frosty winds made moan. Earth stood hard as iron, water like a stone. Snow had fallen, snow on snow, snow on snow, in the bleak midwinter long ago. The winter solstice, or hibernal solstice, also known as midwinter, is an astronomical phenomenon marking the day with the shortest period of daylight and the longest night of the year. In the northern hemisphere, the winter solstice occurs on December 21st or 22nd, and practitioners of neo-pagan religions there celebrate Yule at the same time as the Christians celebrate Christmas. In the southern hemisphere, the winter solstice occurs on June 22nd or 23rd. In Australia, the Christian holiday is observed on the same dates as in the northern hemisphere, although Christmas dinner may be a backyard barbecue or a picnic on the beach. Australian neo-pagans, however, celebrate Yule at the winter solstice in June, the time when Scandinavians hold their midsummer festivals. The actual tilt of Earth and gyroscopic effects of its daily rotation mean that the two opposite points in the sky to which the Earth's axis of rotation points change very slowly. As the Earth follows its orbit around the Sun, the polar hemisphere that faced away from the Sun, experiencing winter, will, in half a year, face towards the Sun and experience summer. This is because the two hemispheres face opposite directions along Earth's axis, and so as one polar hemisphere experiences winter, the other experiences summer. For millennia, people have tried to find ways to explain why much of the world grows cold and dark for a quarter of the year. In the absence of the knowledge about astronomy that we have today, the spiritual and religious communities of various groups throughout history have presented mythological explanations for winter. Although these legends are often very different in the ways they describe what is happening, common themes appear among them. Many of the customs associated with the winter solstice derive from stories of a mighty battle between the dark and the light, which is won naturally by the light. Other traditions record this as the time a Savior, the Sun-child, is born to a Virgin Mother. Some of these themes may already come to mind when we think about the winter holidays that many of us know about already. Jesus Christ, the Son of God and the prophesied Messiah, born to the Virgin Mary on Christmas. The one-day supply of oil that held back the darkness for 8 days in the Jerusalem temple on Hanukkah, the festival of lights. Vishnu's victory over the demons of ignorance and oppression, and the return of the sun on Makar Sankranti. The Persians, modern-day Iranians, who practiced a religion called Zoroastrianism, believed that Mithra, the god of light, was born on the winter solstice. The Greeks believed that the god of the underworld, Hades, captured the goddess Persephone and forced her to become his queen. Persephone's mother, Demeter, goddess of the harvest, was so upset by the loss that she plunged the world into a cold season of death until Hades agreed to return Persephone to the world of the living for half a year. The Romans developed the story of Demeter and Persephone into the stories of Ceres and Proserpina in their own religion. In Eastern Europe, the Slavic people celebrated Korochun, a holiday that marked the destruction of the old sun, Horus, by the evil god Chernobog. 2 days after the winter solstice, Horus was resurrected as the new sun, Koleta. Other ancient civilization solstice legends are unknown or disagreed upon by scholars, but it is known that several ancient holy sites, such as the Temple of Karnak in Egypt and the New Grange in Ireland, were built to line up with the sun on the morning of the winter solstice. We may never know how many ancient people tied the solstice to their religious holidays or exactly how they celebrated it. But from what we know, this has been an important connection since the dawn of time. Before the end of this video, I would also like to read you a poem about winter solstice called Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening and written by Robert Frost. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. The little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Well, I hope you like this video and all the informations about winter solstice. Thank you for watching and for listening. I wish you good night.